2019 as a whole has given us some amazing options for buying new graphics cards, but with so many to choose from and for a limited budget, which one should you go for? Well, that's a question I'll be trying to answer today. And when I say budget card, what I mean is that we'll be going all the way up to the RTX 2060s. So if you're in need of a card that's around the price of 2060 or below, then this is the video for you. So let's get started. So let's start off with what not to buy at the very lowest of ends. Pretty much any card that's like under $100 is pretty much not worth it nowadays. The first budget card that's worth a buy is the RX 570. You can get yourself an RX 570 for $130 to $160, meaning it's a great start for a budget gaming rig. And you can even do some light video editing on there, though it probably won't be the smoothest experience in the world. Now, as we all know, AMD dominates the budget card market right now, and can you hear that? That's the sound of no replacement coming from Nvidia for those AMD cards anytime soon. So we're stuck with those. So the next step up should probably be the RX 580, right? Well, sadly no. At this point, the RX 580 is basically not worth getting. Instead, go for the almost identically priced at this point RX 590. Both of the cards you can get in like an $190 to $230 range, which means that the RX 580 is pretty much never the answer nowadays. However, for about the same price, you can also end up getting yourself a GTX 1650 Super, which performance-wise is pretty much exactly the same, if a bit worse in many areas. However, there's plenty of advantages. For example, since it's a 16 series card, you can use NVENC with it if you want to GPU accelerate your streams, allowing for a way smoother experience. And if you're a fan of other tools by Nvidia such as Ansel, then go right ahead, buy the 1650 Super. The 1650 non-Super, on the other hand, is rather outmatched by AMD in that kind of price range, so I wouldn't really recommend it. Then is the odd case of the GTX 1660 Super. This card you can get for a slightly higher price than most RX 590s, so about $250 to $260. However, in pretty much all scenarios, you end up gaining a decent amount of performance along with all of those sweet Nvidia features. However, one thing to remember is that even though that is great and all, NVENC streaming may not be the most smooth experience on a 16 series card. So then, RX 590 or GTX 1660 Super? Well, it's kind of a toss-up, but if you want to stick to under $200 or maybe just a tiny bit over $200, then definitely RX 590, or you can just save up a bit more and go with the 1660 Super. Because trust me, you won't regret it. It is quite an improvement. Then there's the 1660 Ti, the very first 16 series card, and sadly it's nowadays completely not worth it, as it's been pretty much overshadowed completely by the 1660 Super. Next up is the newbie to the whole scene, the recently released AMD RX 5600 XT, which you can buy for about $300. And well, look at that. It offers quite great performance compared to the 1660 Ti and 1660 Super. And even though those are the main cards that I'm guessing AMD tried to compare the 5600 XT against, and compared to those cards, yes, it can be a really good sell, so if you need a card in a $300 territory, definitely go with that. However, an almost better comparison to the 5600 XT is the RTX 2060, where we end our journey. The card goes for about $350 and only offers a tiny bit more performance compared to the RX 5600 XT. So honestly, at that point, I wouldn't say save up more and go with the RTX 2060, because at that point, you'll be way better off just sticking with the 5600 XT. Unless you're just a big fan at playing games in ray tracing at about 20 FPS. If that's you, then go ahead, the world is free and you can do that if you want. But all in all, if it doesn't fit within your budget, it's not the end of the world, just go with the 5600 XT. Then in the RTX 2060 range, well, there is really no competition, so if you're looking for a card in that category, you can go with the RTX 2060, but then again, compared to the amount of performance you get with the 5600 XT, it may not really be worth it. What you may want to do instead is save up even more and just go for RTX 2060 Super. It only goes for $50 more than the base 2060. There's quite a noticeable bump in performance as well, and if you really want to go ray tracing, then that is the first card you may want to go for. Never go for the 2060 if you really want to do ray tracing. On the other hand, the RTX 2060 Super is fine with ray tracing at about 1080p, and it's okay-ish with normal gaming at about 1440, but don't expect great results. If you really want to go into that kind of territory, 1440p gaming, just start with 2070. But that's probably going to be a video for another day. But what if you want to buy these cards as part of a finished system? Well, if you're based in the UK and need a new PC and want it to be extremely affordable while still maintaining amazing performance, then the obvious choice is Avrona Systems. Click the link down in the video description below to get taken to our site where you can find a whole range of PCs which feature many of the cards I just talked about, so you definitely find a PC at just the right budget for you. You pay way less than for other pre-built PCs while still getting the high amounts of quality and of course performance that you need and deserve. So check us out. Also, I'd love to thank my patron Barry for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. And if you want to help support the channel on Patreon, then the link to that is down in the video description below as well. Also, I have a Discord. It's in the video description below as well. It's all there. Check it out. It's a great video description, I'm sure. It's lovely. In that Discord, you can talk to me and others about hardware, about whatever else you may want, so check it out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to subscribe, like, whatever. And I'll see you all in what I make next. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.